Hi, this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome back to another episode of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. It is episode 1691. There is no podcast in the job search category that is even close to that number of episodes. And welcome to Saturday. I was listening to a podcast, and they came up. The person who was being interviewed spoke about an idea that I think tacks in very nicely with a good answer to tell me about yourself. And I think you'll find it helpful. Just practice delivering this for yourself so that you can be very effective. Hope you found this helpful. Hope you give it a great review. And because it's Saturday, let's just get going. I was listening to a podcast actually this morning, Find Your Dream Job, Matt Pritchard, and he was interviewing Kevin Kermes. And Kevin was talking about ageism and how to interview to avoid that. But he gave a nugget in there that I think works very well with one of my other videos. It's the answer to tell me about yourself, the advanced answer. Watch it on YouTube. I'm going to summarize it here, but I think it's worth seeing the original. Now, most of you know that the traditional tell me about yourself answer comes down to, well, I've been in the field now for X number of years. For the last few years, I've been working with so-and-so, or I've been responsible for this or that, this or that. And then before that, I was working for so-and-so, where I did this and that and this and that. And you try to tailor your answer to what matters to the employer and not just talk about what you've done, but talk about what you've done that matters to them. It ties in very nicely with what I call the best question to ask on any interview. Now, then I go into the advanced answer, which continues that by saying, but, I'm sure you hear that kind of answer pretty frequently. But what makes me different is, and then you talk about what makes you different. Now, here's the fun part. I never really talked about an example of how to formulate the what makes me different. And Kevin kind of tied that in pretty nicely with what he calls an XYZ statement. It kind of sounds like an elevator pitch, but you don't really do it in the obnoxious way of vomiting all over someone that I associate with most elevator pitches. You try to keep it very simple and very concise. So what makes me different is I help, and you talk about managers or businesses or an audience. So it could be a business unit. I help organizations, or I've helped my organizations do or understand. Then you talk about what the problem is. And from there you go, so that, and the Z is you talk about the outcomes of this. So the first part is you're talking about, and this is the X in the I help statement. I help managers, businesses, whoever the audience is, do or understand. And then you talk about the problem, so that, and then you talk about the outcome. So as a career coach, I might say, I help job hunters perform at a much higher level because I find that they don't really execute well on interviews. So they could, actually I did it as an XZY. So let me redo that because I'm doing this off the cuff. I help job hunters understand how to improve their interview performance so they get hired much more easily. That's an example of an XYZ statement that relates to me. What could it be for you? So when you get to that section of the interview, think in terms of the who it is that you help, the problem that you solve, and what the outcome is. That's the X, Y, and Z of Kevin's statement. And I think you'll find it much easier to answer or to use the advanced answer for tell me about yourself that I outlined in another video. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few more ways to get more from me. First of all, at my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us, I have more than 7,000 blog posts there that you can watch, listen to, or read that will help you find your next job. While there, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching from me, you can schedule a session, either a discovery call or a coaching session with me by using the button on the home page that says schedule. You'll see a number of different options. If you just want to have a quick chat to see if coaching makes sense, use the discovery call option. If you want the best of my advice with an emphasis on interviewing, go to jobsearchcoachinghq.com, where I've curated information with a focus on interviewing. If you decide to take a lifetime membership at the site, basically what I do is I give you the money back in the form of 1 hour of coaching with me that you can use as 2 30-minute sessions. Thus, the site becomes free. You can also hire me for a resume or LinkedIn profile critique, trusted advisor services, help with a salary negotiation, and much, much more at my website. Like you, I don't work for free. I do charge for what I do. You can also take my classes on Skillshare and become a premium member using the link in the show notes and receive 2 months for free instead of just the one that the site offers. Skillshare offers thousands and thousands of courses, not just simply mine, but on a host of different subjects that can help you in many different ways. Lastly, join my group on Facebook, which is called Career Angles. It's free to the first 250 members who join and is focused on helping you do better at work. Information is shared daily, and we're attempting to build a supportive group there. Ask to join. I'm not letting recruiters in, so it's a safe place and you won't get harassed. And I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Be great!